him saying anything tangible about it. I mean, for all we know, it was a staff quarters, right? Mr. Pascal gave that impression that he practically owned the staff and their lives. It was then off that he paid a blind eye to that. Also, by workplace ethics, are the hotel staff allowed to do all that? 3. What in the color rioting fashion is wrong with Mr. Pascal and his arrogance? Even with his backstory, it was excessive, uncalled for, and downright cringy. 3. What in the color rioting fashion is wrong with Mr. Pascal and his arrogance? Even with his backstory, it was excessive, uncalled for, and downright cringy. 6. In the scene with the pharmacist, Deji referred to his grandma as my mother. Was that a slip or something to do with how he sees her? Someone may argue, but I think it's more of a slip if you ask me. 7. Miriam's backstory with her father, played by her real father, Mr. Adamoy himself, should have been shown side by side Deji's in the movie. It would have been more impactful and preferable seeing her own story in visuals, and not just during dialogues. This deprived the movie of the weight or depth it should have carried. And nitrogen monoxide? They didn't need to have elongated the duration by extra minutes to actualize this. Some of the repeated dialogues, especially the ones with Mr. Pascal, should simply have been eliminated. 8. How do you get into physical altercation or confrontation with your overbearing boss and still remain or continue to work for them? That didn't make sense if you ask me. The search in the staff quarters didn't add up either. 9. So Deji's sprained wrist stopped hurting the moment they went to explore the city? What a wowcious miracle! That same morning, his hand was still wrapped in bandages following the fall and subsequent discharge from hospital. Next, we see him and Miriam exploring the city, and he's in no sign of pains whatsoever, and no more bandages in sight. What a wow! 10. Miriam mentioned 2 roommates we never saw. I guess they were immaterial to the plot. So that's pardonable. One of the Nigerians, Obi, played by Mark Madu, stammered or stutters in his speech. I'm also wondering what that had to do with anything in the story. 11. I've noticed that the women who play grandmothers, mothers, or mother figures in Bimbo Adume's movies always speak well, like really fluently and eloquently. That's quite commendably applaudable. It shows intentionality. I just wished she was just as intentional about making the story worthwhile enough to stand out. 12. I may be the only one who doesn't and may never see the romantic chemistry between Bimbo and Timony. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Their on-screen connection always gives me a sister-brother vibe as opposed to a couple thingy. I see it in the way he looks at her. Conclusion, I can confidently say that this movie isn't Bimbo Adume's best so far. Nonetheless, it's not entirely bad a watch. In fact, some viewers may find it's the best movie since the history of filmmaking. That's perception for you. It, however, didn't quite hit the spot for me, in all honesty. The film had all the ingredients to make for a moving or touching story, but it lacked believability and ignored so many areas that should have been explored.